What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of the CubCast, our now daily section we're looking at where we take into account different pieces of news from international music. Obviously, we're based here in the UK and we tend to cover the likes of Afrobeats, Amapiano, dancehall, a bit of reggae in there as well, and a bit of UK stuff. But we are looking today at some very interesting news that happened last night, an announcement that I've just seen and done some digging into, which I'm really excited for, and that is, of course, taking a look at BURNA Boy's brand newly announced album Tracklisting. Really interesting stuff to be diving into on this one. As always, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, turning notifications on, of course, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. Obviously, with this section of the channel, we like to dive into kind of breakdowns, but not necessarily about sound, but more about the sort of news and what we could happen, obviously opening up a lot of discussions as well. And with this full track listing, that definitely does give us the opportunity to do that. I'm really excited to jump into this. We've made a few notes as well, so I will be reading things off the screen, but hopefully you guys do enjoy the breakdown. Now, obviously, the first thing we want to do is look at the track listing itself. The first couple of things I notice are there's no Coffee collaboration. We've seen a lot of stuff kind of rumored about there being a collaboration with Coffee on this album. I don't know where the rumors have come from, but I've just seen it poking around a lot online, almost like it's been confirmed. No Coffee collaboration as far as I can see on this project, unless there's maybe a bonus thing that's going to happen, or maybe she features on backing vocals on one of the tracks. I don't think she will, though. But there we go. A couple of tracks that we've heard before, obviously Kilometer and Last Last, both on there. As previously released tracks, we knew Last Last was going to be on there, as that was the kind of release that launched I suppose the kind of campaign for this album, and obviously Kilometer was one of the biggest releases from BURNA in recent times, so it makes sense that it's on there. The actual collaborative listing that we see for the project is very interesting indeed as well, and we're going to break these down track for track. Now, the first track on here goes by the name Glory, and it does feature Ladysmith Black Mambazo, which is a South African male choir. Again, my information may be incorrect on this. I've tried to do my research and my digging to find out who this is. And I may have the wrong info, but as far as I can work out, that is who they are. It's a male South African vocal choir. Now, this is going to tie in really nicely to BURNA kind of taking the album to different places and allow it to, I suppose, expand in its musicality. And again, it ties in a really nice collaboration with sort of Nigeria and South Africa on that side of things. Again, two collaborative features for Ladysmith Black Mambazo. I need to make sure I say that correctly. And again, it's a really cool kind of way to get another international link up going. And a lot of the collaborations on this project are international, which is quite interesting when you actually break it down. The other thing that I noticed is that there isn't another kind of A-lister Nigerian collaboration on here. Now, it's not necessarily the sort of thing we see BURNA doing. A lot of the time, he does tend to keep his collaborations international a lot of the time, but it's interesting to see him still running with that theme on this project. There's no kind of CK on there, no Wiz, no Davido, no Rema, no Fireboy. Like, there's none of these sort of big high-ended collaborations. There is a Nigerian collaboration on there, but it's not like the sort of top tier of collaboration you would almost expect to see on a BURNA project at this moment, which makes it more interesting, to be honest with you, as an overall track listing. But yeah, looking into the project, obviously, track 1, we see Glory featuring Ladysmith Black Mambazo. Track number 2, Science. Again, the ones that aren't collaborations, we can't really tie it, we can't really guess too much about. We also see Jagele on there, that's number 3, and obviously track number 4 is Kilometer, a track we have previously heard, and it's a very fun tune to play in the dances, I can't lie to you. Alongside this, J Hus makes a return. I cannot stress how excited I am about this. You may have seen this on different podcasts or different platforms where I'm talking about albums and forthcoming things that I want to see. J Hus is one of my favourite artists in the world. I think he is someone who a lot of the UK hold very dearly in regards to the sounds he makes, and they have collaborated a fair few times as well. Obviously, I think BURNA featured on the most recent J Hus project, and again, I'm really excited to see what J Hus brings to the table with this one, purely because it's been so long since we've heard anything new from him. The track goes by the name Cloak and Dagger. I can imagine it being very much in that kind of typical J Hus realm, to be honest with you, that BURNA would just slot into. Track number 6 on here we see goes by the name of Whiskey, and then of course we see Last Last, which I've seen footage from him playing at Glastonbury, and it went down really well. Again, I'm excited to see how this actually ties into the wider scheme of the project, because Last Last and Kilometer, the two tracks that we kind of know the most about from this project, they're quite different in sort of sound. Obviously, Last Last is very electronic. Kilometer is quite organic in a lot of the drum sounds that are being used and the rhythms that it takes. takes. So it's going to be interesting to see how the album spreads out around those two. Then we see the first, well, not the first collaboration, but the first Nigerian collaboration on the project. Victony is involved for Different Size. Now, obviously, Victony is on a run at the moment. He's just had the EP out. He did a colours session a few days ago, and now this will be dropping next week as well, which is absolutely crazy to see. It's great to see Victony getting involved. And again, when I say sort of A-lister, top-tier names, it's not to kind of disrespect Victony in any way. He's still just a moderately new artist, so hasn't reached that plateau yet. I'm sure he will at some point, and he's on the right trajectory to do so. But yeah, it's an interesting collaboration. I love Victony's vocals. I think he's going to bring something very special to the table with this. Then alongside that, number 9, we see It's Plenty. Number 10, we see Dirty Secrets. And then number 11, Popcorn gets involved for a really cool kind of Jamaican Nigerian collaboration going on again. Check out the video that we actually had a look at on the channel a few days ago, which was the best dancehall Afrobeat collaborations. Again, I've got a funny feeling this might slot directly into that listing. But it goes by the name TAB or Tab. That's track number 11 on there. Again, always good to see Popcorn getting involved. I'm a massive fan of Popcorn. I love what he does. I think his approach is always very refreshing. And again, he's a pretty universally recognized figure. So that's another good addition to the project. We then see Blast and Kalani getting involved on Solid. Again, that's track number 12. We've seen Kalani get involved with BURNA before. We've seen them collaborate before. I'm pretty sure he's collaborated with Blast before as well, who is a name that we're seeing all over the kind of BET Awards. It's a name, I'm pretty sure Blast was one of the features on the Peru remixes. I think it was 21 Savage and Blast who did the Peru remix. So yeah, interesting link up on that one as well. And then another link up that we've seen numerous times, Ed Sheeran gets involved with For My Hand. Now this is likely to be the track that they tried to penetrate the UK market with, purely because of Ed Sheeran's kind of reach over here and internationally as well. This could be a big one. And then alongside this as well, there's not too much to talk about that because we kind of know the direction it's going to go into. And then Roller Coaster featuring J Balvin. Now this is a very smart move. I honestly think at the moment J Balvin is possibly the best person for any artist to collaborate with because of how strong his following is in South America and of course in America as well, and now globally. This is a collaboration that makes so much sense. Obviously BURNA is very much trying to crack into that sort of North American market at the moment. We're seeing a real push for it. If he can do the South American market at the same time, that would be absolutely crazy, and I've got a funny feeling this will work quite nicely. I've heard BURNA go over a lot of instrumentals that I would expect to hear J Balvin go over at the same time, so again it's a nice kind of tidy link up there. Track number 15 goes by the name Vanilla, and then track number 16, Common Person. We then see Khaled getting involved on track number 17, which is Wild Dreams. Again, a collaboration I didn't expect to see, but when you actually sit back and think about it, it does make a lot of sense. I mean, Khaled's got fantastic vocals. It's a link up that I think is going to sell really nicely. Sonically, I have no idea where this one's going to go. I've got a funny feeling it might be a bit more in BURNA's realm than Khaled's realm, which is usually a lot more electronic, a lot more sort of dance influenced, but we'll see. It should be interesting. Then number 18, How Bad Could It Be? And then number 19, we see Lady Smith, Black Mamboza return for Love Damini, obviously the title track from the project. So there we go. An interesting track listing, some interesting points to kind of take from it as well. Purely international collaborations. I'm very interested in the overall sound of this album. As I said, there's clearly a push for him to try and take over the American market at the moment. Whether a lot of the tracks on here are kind of pushed a lot more towards that sound, I don't know, but it's something I definitely can expect. I could see it happening. Again, we discussed this in the Reactors Roundtable podcast, quite in depth about what we would expect to hear on the Burna Boy album. The overall track listing is looking kind of crazy. Again, some wicked collabs on there: J Hus, Victony, Ed Sheeran, Blast, Kalani, Popcorn, and again, obviously Khaled and Lady Smith, Black Mamboza. The actual list of collaborations is crazy. I don't think there's many from the same country, to be honest with you, apart from Kalani. Kalani and Blast, I think, are both American. I think I may be entirely wrong on that, though. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the track listing down below in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the album. How do we think it's going to sound? Obviously, he's got a big performance tonight going on at Afro Nation, which a lot of people will be very keen to see. And obviously, the project does drop on the 8th of July. I needed to double check that I had the date right in front of me. But there we go. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm keen to hear what you think about the album and whether you think it will be a success. Do we think this will rival African Giant? Do we think it will rival any of the other projects? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm keen to hear. As always, though, if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, of course, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. And we shall see you all next time. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCamTV. Stay locked.